Ever, ever get tangled up trying to explain grammar? Even simple stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like it should be obvious, but language has this whole hidden structure, doesn't it?
Totally. And that's kind of what we're digging into today, this idea of linguistic case theory.
Right. And just to be clear, we're not talking about luggage here.
Uh-huh. No. It's about how languages, mark the job a noun is doing in a sentence. Who did what to who?
Exactly. We're drawing on ideas from linguistic case theory, structure, and alignment, basically trying to unpack some of the core concepts.
Yeah, consider this our deep dive to make sense of it all. It might actually be pretty surprising.
Hopefully fascinating, even. So let's get into it.
Okay, first up, structural versus inherent case. What's the main difference there?
Well, structural case is all about syntax. It's about the position, right, where a noun phrase sits.
Like subject or object?
Precisely. Its grammatical slot basically determines its case in many languages. Inherent case, though, that's different. It's tied more to the meaning, the semantics, usually linked to a specific verb or preposition.
Ah, okay. So some words just demand a certain case for the nouns they hang out with.
You got it. Think of it like certain verbs having specific requirements for their participants regardless of the overall sentence structure.
Okay, that makes sense. Structural is the grammar's layout. Inherent is like specific word needs. How does that structural assignment usually work?
Well, a really common system is nominative accusative alignment. You see it all over the place.
Right, like in English, mostly.
Well, English is a bit subtle, but the pattern is there conceptually. Basically, the subject of any verb, transitive like she kicks or intransitive like she runs, gets the same treatment that's nominative.
Okay.
And then the object, the thing being acted upon, like the ball in she kicks the ball, gets a different marking accusative.
Got it. Distinguishes the doer from the done to.
Exactly. But that's not the only way languages slice it.
Right, I've heard about ergative languages. How do they work?
Yeah, ergative absolutive alignment is fascinating. It flips things around, sort of.
Flips out.
Okay, so in these systems, the subject of an intransitive verb, like the she in she runs, gets the same marking as the object of a transitive verb like the ball in she kicks the ball. That's the absolutive case.
Whoa, okay. So the runner and the ball are marked the same.
Linguistically speaking, yeah. And it's the subject of the transitive verb, the she who kicks, that gets the special different marking, the ergative case.
That really twists how you think about grammatical roles.
Right.
What's central.
It absolutely does. It's a completely different way to organize things, maybe focusing more on agency and transitive actions.
Interesting. Now, we also noted down dependent case theory. What's the core idea there?
Dependent case is, well, basically the idea that case marking often comes from the relationship between things in the sentence.
Like a head and its dependent.
Exactly, like a verb and its object or a preposition and its noun. The case on the dependent noun phrase is sort of assigned because of its relationship to that head element.
So it's about the connections, the grammatical network.
Yeah, you could think of it like that.
Okay, so case seems pretty important. What if a noun phrase doesn't get case assigned?
Generally, that's considered ungrammatical in most theories. It's often called the case filter. The idea that every overt noun phrase needs case to be, like, legitimate in the sentence.
Like it needs a grammatical passport to be there.
Kind of, yeah. It needs to be licensed.
And how does this connect with agreement? Verbs matching subjects.
Right. Often there's a tight link. Especially in nominative accusative systems, the noun phrase with nominative case, usually the subject is the one the verb agrees with.
So the case marking on the noun tells the verb how to behave.
In a manner of speaking, yes. It triggers the agreement features.
Now, English.
Mhm.
We don't have case endings all over the place, like, say, Latin or German. But you mentioned covert case.
Yeah, this is a really interesting area. So while we lack obvious morphological case on most nouns,
Like word endings changing.
exactly, there's pretty good evidence for an underlying abstract case system still operating. The classic example is pronouns.
Like I versus me.
Precisely. Or he versus him, she versus her. Why do we use different forms?
Because one's the subject and one's the object, usually.
Right. That difference is case. It's just only visible on pronouns in modern English. It suggests the abstract system is still there, assigning case, even if it's not spelled out on regular nouns anymore.
So case is lurking beneath the surface. What about delayed case assignment? Sounds complicated.
It's a more theoretical point in some syntactic models. The idea is basically that case might not be assigned the instant a noun phrase appears in the structure.
It happens later.
Potentially, yeah, it could be assigned at a later stage or maybe dependent on movement within the sentence structure. It adds a bit more dynamism to the process.
Okay, and just to clarify,
Yeah.
morphological versus abstract case.
Sure. Morphological case is the stuff you can see or hear the actual endings on the words, like in Latin dominus, dominum. Abstract case is the theoretical concept, the underlying grammatical feature that might not have a direct pronunciation but still plays a crucial role in the syntax.
Like the I versus me thing reflects abstract case differences.
Exactly. The different forms are the realization of an abstract case distinction.
Right, got it. So, wrapping things up a bit, case theory is fundamentally about how languages tag nouns for their roles.
Yeah, whether through sentence position that's structural or through the demands of specific words like verbs or prepositions that's inherent.
And languages have different strategies, like nominative accusative or that cool ergative absolutive system.
Plus, the idea that even in languages like English without tons of visible endings, there's likely an abstract covert system at work.
Understanding this stuff really gives you a new appreciation for how intricate language is, even the bits we don't consciously notice.
Absolutely. It shows the sophisticated architecture underlying something we use effortlessly every day.
It really makes you think. And maybe for you listening, here's a final thought. How does your own language handle this? Does the way it marks or doesn't seem to mark grammatical roles maybe subtly shape how you perceive actions and relationships between things? Perhaps those pronoun choices you make automatically are actually little windows into a deep grammatical structure.